Hello there, you're following World News Program. I'm Yassine Rikti, and here's what's making the headlines. In a new milestone, we are enforcing bilateral cooperation. Algeria has inaugurated the Algeria-Niger Solidarity Power Plant in Niamey, reaffirming its full commitment to supporting Niger's development efforts. For its part, Niamey described the inauguration as a model of fruitful bilateral cooperation and African solidarity. On the 96th day of the US Zionist war on Iran, Kuwait reported dozens of injuries following recent Iranian attacks on its territory. Tehran said it would use all available means to respond to US strikes, while US President Donald Trump stated that Iran has agreed not to pursue a nuclear weapon. In Lebanon, several people were killed and injured in Zionist strikes across multiple areas in the south. The Lebanese army said a soldier was killed in a Zionist strike, while Hezbollah announced that it targeted Israeli troops and vehicles in southern border areas. Hello there and welcome back to the details of our program. First up in our news, Algerian Prime Minister Sifi Ghrieb and his Nigerian counterpart Ali Mohamed Lamine Zain inaugurated the 40-megawatt Algeria-Niger Solidarity Power Plant in Niamey on Wednesday. The facility, built as an Algerian grant to Niger, marks a new phase of bilateral cooperation. Ghrieb said the project reflects stronger ties and concrete implementation of commitments between the two countries.
The inauguration of this power plant today is not merely a technical achievement or a new energy facility. It is tangible proof that our bilateral cooperation has entered a new phase, marked by speed, efficiency, and the concrete implementation of political commitments. This project represents the first major strategic achievement to materialize under the new dynamic launched during the latest session of the Algerian-Nigerian Joint High Commission for Cooperation. That dynamic was further strengthened following the historic visit of President Abdulrahman Tiani to Algeria. What adds even greater significance to this achievement is the successful acceleration of the project timeline, bringing completion forward from December 2026 to early June 2026. This reflects the high level of mobilization, genuine commitment, and close coordination that characterize the work of the Algerian and Nigerian teams from Sonalgaz and Nijilek.
The Algerian Prime Minister also praised the cooperation between Algeria's Sonalgaz and Niger's Nijilek, which enabled the project to be completed in record time.
I would also like to express our satisfaction with the level of cooperation between these two companies and the promising prospects ahead. This is especially important given the capabilities, expertise, and experience of Sonalgaz, which enable it to contribute effectively to the implementation of the projects agreed upon by both sides. These include, among others, the establishment of a branch of Sonalgaz for the supply of electrical equipment, the rehabilitation of electricity networks, and the structuring of the energy sector in the sister Republic of Niger. The level of speed and efficiency that we are witnessing today in this project is the same that characterizes other projects currently under implementation. This confirms the strong political will shared by the leaders of both countries to move bilateral relations from the stage of intentions to the stage of tangible achievements.
The Algerian Prime Minister also highlighted the recent visit of a high-level Nigerian government delegation to Algeria as part of efforts to review progress on joint cooperation projects. He stressed that the implementation of agreements reached by the Joint Commission is being closely monitored by the leaders of both countries.
The monitoring of the implementation of the outcomes of the Joint Commission is carried out under the direct supervision of the leaders of the two countries, Mr. Abdelmajid Tebboune, President of the Republic, and his brother, Abdulrahman Tiani, who both attach the highest importance to follow up, thus reflecting the strong and shared political will of the two countries, which in itself constitutes a genuine guarantee for the implementation of the agreed projects as soon as possible. It is a reaffirmation of the strategic nature of the relationship between the two countries, linked by geography, history, and a common destiny.
Grieb also reaffirmed Algeria's commitment to supporting Niger's development efforts, particularly in key sectors including energy, hydrocarbons, infrastructure, healthcare, education, digitalization, and transport. He added that cooperation between Algeria and Niger extends beyond economic ties to encompass humanitarian and social dimensions as well.
تواصل الجزائر بتوجيهات من السيد رئيس الجمهورية.
Algeria, under the guidance of the President of the Republic, remains fully committed to supporting the Republic of Niger in its development efforts, particularly in priority sectors, foremost among them energy and hydrocarbons, infrastructure, healthcare, vocational training, higher education, digitalization, and transportation.
Grieb said Algeria and Niger share the conviction that their security and stability are closely interconnected. He stressed that addressing security challenges across the Sahel requires sustained coordination, welcoming progress in bilateral security cooperation while emphasizing the importance of political solutions, respect for state sovereignty, and stronger regional consultation.
كما نؤكد قناعتنا المشتركة.
We also reaffirm our shared conviction that the security and stability of our two countries are closely interconnected. Addressing the security challenges facing the Sahel region requires continuous coordination and close cooperation in the fight against terrorism, smuggling, human trafficking, and in securing our borders. In this regard, we welcome the progress achieved in bilateral security coordination mechanisms, while emphasizing the importance of prioritizing political solutions, respecting state sovereignty, and strengthening regional consultation in response to developments across the region.
For his part, Nigerian Prime Minister Ali Mohamed Lamine Zein said the power plant delivered as part of Algeria's Solidarity Initiative stands as a tangible example of the strong cooperation between the two countries. Speaking on the sidelines of the inauguration ceremony in Niamey alongside Algerian Prime Minister Sifi Rieb, Zein said the new facility will help support Niger's development and industrial ambitions by strengthening energy capacity, improving electricity services, boosting economic activity, and encouraging investment.
The power plant completed as part of Algeria's solidarity with Niger represents a tangible example of this fruitful cooperation between two governments and peoples. This plant, with a production capacity of 40 megawatts, will contribute to strengthening national energy capabilities, improving the quality of electricity services, supporting economic activity, encouraging investment, and keeping pace with Niger's ambitions to accelerate its development and industrial progress.
The Nigerian Prime Minister added that mutual visits reflect the vitality of bilateral relations and embody the political will expressed by the leaders of both countries who have agreed to elevate cooperation based on mutual respect and shared interests.
Your return to Niamey for the second time in such a short period is a clear evidence of the dynamism characterizing bilateral relations between our two countries. It also underscores the political will expressed by the leaders of both countries, His Excellency President Abdelmajid Tebboune and His Excellency President Abdulrahman Tian, during the latest visit to Algeria on February 15th and 16th, 2026, the two leaders agreed to elevate the existing cooperation between Niger and Algeria based on mutual respect, the shared interests of our two people, and the principles of brotherhood, solidarity, and good neighborliness.
Algerian Prime Minister Sifi Rieb was received by the President of the Republic of Niger, General Abdulrahman Tiani. Following the meeting, Rieb said he briefed President Tiani on the inauguration of Algeria-Niger Solidarity Power Plant, noting that it was completed in record time. He added that the project reflects a new phase in bilateral relations, marked by strengthened political commitment at the highest level and the positive momentum currently shaping ties between the two countries. The Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Cooperation and Nigerians Abroad said that cooperation between Algeria and Niger represents a model of African partnership and integration. In an interview with Algeria's international channel All24 News, emphasized that the two countries share strong and long-standing relations, Noting that their cooperation spans multiple political and economic fields, he added that the ties between Algeria and Niger go beyond history and geography.
Ce sont des relations très anciennes.
Our relations are excellent, extremely strong and deeply rooted. The first cooperation agreement between Niger and Algeria dates back to 1964. In 1971, a joint cooperation commission was established between Niamey and Algiers. There have always been high-level exchanges between Algeria and Niger, and these exchanges have intensified since the National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland came to power on July 26, 2023. Important agreements have been signed between our two countries. Several visits have also been made by Algerian officials, including multiple visits by the Minister of Energy and the Minister of Defense. This demonstrates that exchanges between our countries are extensive, both economically and politically. We are two brotherly nations, bound by strong ties that go beyond history and geography. We also share the same religion, which is extremely important. To further strengthen these relations, a joint commission was established to oversee bilateral cooperation. The two commissions are chaired by the presidents of our two respective countries. This reflects the great importance that the highest levels of leadership in both nations attach to cooperation between Niger and Algeria. This partnership is moving forward steadily, with promising prospects ahead, and the best is yet to come.
The Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune received Niger's Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Ekri Piqué Ekpo and Niger's Petroleum Minister Hamadou Tine alongside their delegations. The meeting was attended by senior Algerian officials, including the Minister of Hydrocarbons and other high-level representatives.
A new milestone in Algerian-Nigerian relations has been achieved with the commissioning of a 40-megawatt power plant in the Gorobana region of Niamey, a project donated by Algeria and designed to strengthen Niger's energy infrastructure and support sustainable development. More than just an electricity generation facility, the power plant symbolizes a growing partnership between the two neighboring countries, demonstrating Algeria's commitment to supporting vital infrastructure projects across Africa through practical and impactful cooperation.
Undoubtedly, the record time within which this project was completed reflects the transition of bilateral relations between our two countries to a new phase of shared political commitment at the highest level, particularly within the context of the positive momentum characterizing our bilateral relations.
The facility is expected to significantly enhance the stability of Niger's national electricity grid by increasing generation capacity, reducing power outages, and expanding access to electricity for households, public institutions, and businesses. The project was carried out by technical and engineering teams from Sonalgaz International, the international branch of Algeria's national electricity and gas company, drawing on extensive expertise developed within Algeria's energy sector. The team supervised all stages of construction, installation, testing, and commissioning in accordance with international technical standards.
We also express our gratitude to the Sonalgaz Algeria teams, engineers, experts, technicians, and all partners who contributed with a high spirit of commitment, competence, and dedication to the completion of this project and its commissioning in record time. You can all be proud of what has been achieved. This station embodies the fruit of collective expertise and a shared sense of responsibility.
The successful completion of the project highlights Sonalgaz's growing capacity to export Algerian expertise beyond national borders and reinforces Algeria's position as a trusted technical partner in the implementation of major energy projects across the African continent. The power plant also reflects a broader evolution in the Algerian-Nigerian cooperation, moving beyond signed agreements toward concrete projects with measurable benefits for citizens. Officials view the initiative as a model of effective regional partnership, where shared commitments are translated into tangible achievements that improve daily life and support economic growth. As Africa continues to pursue greater energy security and regional integration, the Niamey power plant stands as a testament to the value of South-South cooperation and a shared vision of development driven by African expertise and collaboration.
And this was the report of Osama Yadi on Algeria and Niger's cooperation in different sectors. Now, Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune received Nigeria's Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Ekperike Ekpo, and Niger's Petroleum Minister Hamadou Teni alongside their delegations. The meeting was attended by senior Algerian officials, including the Minister of Hydrocarbons and other high-level representatives. Following his meeting with Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune, Nigeria's Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Ekperike Ekpo, said discussions focused on the Trans-Saharan gas pipeline project, expressed Nigeria's readiness and commitment to support the project's implementation, describing it as vital and noting its potential wide-ranging impact on the African continent.
جئت اليوم بصفة وزير الدولة للموارد البترولية في نيجيريا إلى الجزائر.
Today, I came to Algeria in my capacity as Nigeria's Minister of State for Petroleum Resources to meet with the President of the Republic alongside my counterparts from Niger and our Algerian host minister. We discussed the Trans-Saharan gas pipeline project, and the President expressed his strong interest in seeing this project completed. I assured him that Nigeria will do everything in its power to ensure that this project becomes a reality. I also informed the President that I'm accompanied by the Executive Vice President of Gas, Power, and New Energy at the Nigerian National Petroleum Company. This serves as a further demonstration of our commitment and determination to see this project come to fruition. Following this meeting, we will hold a technical session to advance the various aspects of the project, particularly the commercial components, in order to ensure its launch and implementation. History shows that work on this project dates back to 2001, and we cannot allow the situation to remain unchanged any longer. This project means a great deal to our three countries in terms of industrial development, job creation, and the transportation of Nigeria's vast natural gas reserves. Nigeria holds approximately 215 trillion cubic feet of natural gas, which will be transported through this pipeline to the European Union. The successful completion of this project will have a significant impact on the entire African continent, and we are fully committed to making it happen.
The fifth ministerial meeting of the Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline Steering Committee was held Wednesday in Algiers, bringing together the energy ministers of Algeria, Niger, and Nigeria. Algerian Minister of Hydrocarbons, Mohamed Arkab, announced the approval of the final feasibility study, describing it as a key step toward moving the project into its implementation phase.
نحن سعداء بالنتائج الهامة.
We are happy with the important results that crowned the fifth ministerial meeting of the Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline Steering Committee, and which reflect the strong political will of the leaders of Algeria, Nigeria, and Niger to move forward towards implementing this strategic continental project. We adopted today the final report of the feasibility study conducted by the PanSpan consultancy firm, thus reflecting a pivotal step that allows us to move to the next implementation phases of the project through the launch and the completion of the various necessary arrangements.
Nigeria's Minister of State for Petroleum Resources said he received the feasibility study for the Trans-Saharan gas pipeline during the fifth ministerial meeting and will review it carefully. He affirmed Nigeria's commitment to turning the project into reality and stressed cooperation with Algeria and Niger to accelerate its implementation.
Today, the leaders of these three countries have come together to take the destiny of our continent in our hands by taking advantage of the natural resources, gas, that we have been provided with, to drive the economy of the three nations and beyond. Today, we have received the report of the feasibility studies done by PanSpan. We have gone through it, and we have taken a position that this project must go ahead. Earlier in the day, we met with the president of this country, who gave us the push and all the necessary encouragement to make sure this project see the light of the day. Standing here, supported by Executive Vice President, NNPC of Nigeria, I have a commitment to make that this project must see the light of the day. And we'll work as a team with the minister from Algeria and from Niger, with the national oil companies. We cannot sit back any longer at this point in time.
Niger's Minister of Petroleum Hamadou Teni praised the strong cooperation among the three countries within the Trans-Saharan gas pipeline project, describing it as one of Africa's key energy integration initiatives.
For Niger, this project is of a paramount importance as it will allow our country to valorize its promising gas resources in a sustainable manner, to strengthen its position as a strategic regional energy route, to attract structuring investments, create jobs and open new economic prospects in addition to contributing to electricity efforts and manufacturing, as well as economic and social development.
In another development, Kuwait announced that at least 63 people were injured following an Iranian attack targeting the country. The Kuwaiti Ministry of Health said on Wednesday that the injured include airport workers and passengers, while the Ministry of Foreign Affairs reported one fatality as a result of the attack. Iran's Tasnim news agency reported, citing the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, that it did not target Kuwait International Airport. The IRGC also stated that damage to the airport terminal was caused by a malfunction in U.S. Patriot air defense systems after they failed to intercept Iranian missiles. Tehran vowed to respond to what it called U.S. attacks, saying they targeted an Iranian oil tanker in the Strait of Hormuz and a communications tower on Qashm Island. Iran's foreign ministry described the strikes as a violation of international law and a ceasefire agreement, holding Kuwait and Bahrain responsible, and said Iran reserves the right to respond to the sources of the attacks. Seven civilians were killed and others injured in Zionist airstrikes across Lebanon early Wednesday. According to the Lebanese Health Ministry, the strikes hit several areas, including Hosh Mayadeen, Al-Mamura, Saddiqeen and Arab Salim, leaving Syrian and Palestinian victims, as well as Lebanese paramedic among the dead. The Lebanese army announced that a soldier was killed in a Zionist airstrikes on the Nabatieh Kafart Beni road in southern Lebanon. In a brief statement on Wednesday, the army identified the victim as a soldier, Omar Khoder, saying he was killed when an Israeli strike targeted him while he was traveling in the area. Two Palestinians were killed and others injured in a Zionist drone strike in central Gaza, according to Palestinian media. A drone reportedly targeted the courtyard of a home in the Maghazi refugee camp, resulting in fatalities and multiple injuries. Algeria said development financing is the foundation of an effective United Nations development system. At a meeting of the UN Economic and Social Council on the UN development system, Algeria stressed the need for predictable, flexible and high-quality funding to meet national priorities and ensure sustainable results. Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune on Wednesday presided over a ceremony at the People's Palace in Algiers honoring athletes who won titles in continental and international competitions. According to a statement from the presidency, the event was attended by senior state officials, government members, and high-ranking executives. Algeria defeated the Netherlands 1-2 Nile in an international friendly played Wednesday in Rotterdam after a goalless first half. Both sides created opportunities before Anis Haj Moussa broke the deadlock in the 86th minute, scoring the only goal of the match. The victory marks a notable result for the Desert Foxes against one of Europe's leading national teams as preparations continue for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. That's the end of our news for tonight. To catch up on any part you missed or get the latest updates, you can visit our social media platforms. Stay with us as our special coverage program is coming up next.